Today I have a little bit of channeled guidance and some oracle messages and tarot for my 5D collective. There has been a lovely official upgrade. You all will be feeling for sure a balancing out of your energies as well as decisions on how to move forward with a level of mature emotional responses to life. But it also means you're working on following your intuition and letting go of anything that doesn't serve your highest good. So did you know that in the Covarrubias, the 17th century suits, so all of our lovely tarot, represent the most hurtful and mortal dangers to mankind. And the suit of the lovely cups, they were invented to sustain life, cups, because water, we can drink it. However, the source of innumerable brawls and quarrels. Did you know that water, I forget which one of my family members was telling me, water was not as potable. So that's why wine was better than water. And so here's where, when we bring in pieces of information that are actually data points about humankind's history, in the absence of the stories of people who believe in devil and evil and those religious ancient belief systems, stories, they're now systems. They began in a way to explain life. So when we bring in the data, though, when we connect the dots in the absence of condemning or judging the human species, which here's where 5D, we are human. So we're in human experience, the 5D mystic. Unlike the 4D, we don't treat people like children who need to be told how to live life. That's because, though, there's an independence. So there are people who are 5D inclined. They are moving towards integration of their brain, and that means that when thoughts come up and emotions come up and those sensations, they take ownership. So they don't use codependent methodologies, let me change you, let me take care of you. They speak. Some are trauma-informed, some are not. It doesn't matter. It's called respecting your age and being able to move into a mature emotional response. So this is where the King of Cups today, when you find any reader, they will tell you that it's a person who knows how to handle even the most in-depth emotional situations with maturity. And that, in fact, they are very much able to withstand a storm in the absence of feeling destabilized. The part about your crown chakra, because, see, the message was clear this morning when I woke up to do channeled guidance for you all, and that it had been a leveling up for the 5D community. The 5D collective does not believe in conspiracy theories. There's no energy vampires, dark auras. There are people who understand bringing together different subject matters, like I do, the human, spirituality elements, because they're subject matters. So with all due respect to people who have belief systems, some of us believe in the scientific methodology as A-okay, because we're a human species and we're evolving. And there's a lot of different pieces of information. That's why we have subject matter experts, the ones who empower us, not the ones who say this is how it is and this is how it always will be. No, anyone who does that is not an educator in the book of a person who's 5D, because you just told me a bullshit thing. You told me everything is like this, and I know for a fact that in 2023 there are words that have changed that used to have way back when one meaning. So don't give me the little, stickler of, oh, they have to be this way. And I was a teenager who did do the whole, you should say it this way. And I was like, wait a minute, but we all do it differently. If we all keep doing this, what are we going to do? Argue every time about a word because the dictionary said so? So some people are flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable. It's called integration of the brain. And it's called being able to be a Zen master. So friends and friends say shit, and they hug it out because they actually have what's self-empowerment, self-confidence. There's not low self-esteem. And there's not low emotional intelligence. In fact, there's a relationship with all of the spectrum of emotions. So 5D mystics are here, the collective, finally. I say finally because, when you're a love button and you feel that so much human suffering is simply put because people don't actually, as teenagers, begin to process their emotions, but they close off their heart from that first heartbreak or whatever it is, since there's a bunch of changes going on. And it sounds silly, but look at the movies. They're all adaptive children. They all have codependent types of relationships. Let me change you. No, let me take care of you. And when you explore it humanly in the absence of any kind of opinion, it is here where, Sadhguru wrote a book on karma. And he has this whole quote about it. But people don't realize that karma, the likes and dislikes, It's you honing in on something you say is right and then it's wrong, and sanctified, not sanctified. Karma, we all take actions. Some of us do dharma. Here's my 5D mystics who know how to go to neutrality and explore duality. And there we go. And you keep on infinitely expanding, because one, you and I are different people. So you will think things your way, I will think things my way, and nobody said I have to think or feel life the way you do. So the part that people are yelling at each other, that's because we're in the midst of change. We're in the midst of a new way of having families and having pronouns, and the ancient people are having a hard time. Who ever heard that somebody won't have a hard time with change? Please raise your hand, because I know there's things that I get totally thrown off if they change in my life. So why do people not know how to have compassion? Well, because they're adaptive children. The 5D collective knows compassion beyond a reason. The Zen masters are who the collective is. So we don't do tarot, Akashic record readings, or any of the channeling and let me tell you how to live your life. No, it's a very different message, because your leveling up is always with you taking ownership of the day-to-day, your 24 hours, and also your objective is always to support all, not just some people. You don't have a group mentality. The group mentality, we see them, they're all yelling at each other. And so they're trying to change and or take care, because there's a superhero somewhere and a supervillain, and then there's somebody who needs rescuing, and the world needs, and they crap on humanity, by the way. And on that note, let's get back to us. So again, 5D mystics, 5D functional adults, they're people who are Zen masters. Like in the Zen tradition story of Sadhguru, we tend to people, not as disciples, or non-disciples or compulsive thieves in the sense of the ones who have addictions, and they also will have compulsive activities. So anybody who does not have secure attachment will have patterns of behavior that are not for their inner well-being, and they will bring that to the table, and they will sophisticatedly know. They will weaponize quote-unquote words. It won't be sophistication, because a person who's a Zen master will notice, I poked you to dance, you're poking me in a different way. And I would say we're agreeing, or no, we're disagreeing. We're misaligning right now. I'm not going to do a splinter. I'm emotionally mature enough to know how to handle my words and to not use them in a way that I won't be happy tomorrow once I calm down. Because right now we're having what is called an argument, and it's normal that we can get heated. So let's pay attention to what we speak. And I wake up tomorrow and know that it's okay. The beauty of having true friendship is shit in your face, and then it's, you know what, we got both very upset. How about we talk about it again? So direct communication. And this is why the leveling up here, it's more of you learning about aspects that you want to bring forth. So back to, there are those who have moved into seeing how habits, patterns that are not for their inner well-being, drinking too much, smoking too much, the sex maybe becoming something that is compulsive. So stress relief, it's noticing this isn't adding to my life, but I habitually do it. This is the part of, if you tend to yourself, it means I want moderation. Any grown-up who can achieve a healthy mindset, it's because they realize too much is not leading me somewhere. Some people need a little bit more of a push. Others find a group, they belong to it, they get that good push, but moderation, and that's where your charge is. We all have them. The 5D community is learning how to handle their alignment, their Purusha Prakriti, unconditionally loving with flaws and imperfections. You and I have flaws and imperfections. Prakriti, their own energy level. They know when they get beautifully charged. It's when they're doing things they love, when they're with people who sustain them, not the people who shame, blame, fault, or do revenge, not the codependent people, not the people who have their unresolved trauma. They hurt people and they speak with gaslighting, manipulation, but they don't notice how you're telling them, hey, this isn't right. So they don't care to work with you. It's okay. Not everybody wants to work on themselves. The therapists have to negotiate with people to get them out of hell. The hell is in their body. It's not on earth. So one, humanity, it's awesome. That's my 5D community. We're awesome, infinite higher human consciousness potential, experiences, and mindful relationships. And today is a celebratory day because you have seen exactly how you want to move forward for your inner well-being and the outer well-being, to build relationships that are mindful, kind, safe haven, secure base, to do better with yourself for your health, physical, mental, all of it, and to continue to support humanity because we want tomorrow. So the scientific methodology and open-minded people and adults, the tango, Lovers dance the tango. This is what we get to talk about and more on our episode.